Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
Starting to pick up.
Yep. Well, that'll be great on live, on a podcast.
Hey, we may lose one of these canopies. There it goes.
Oh, boy.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, you're live, Irma. Welcome. What's up, Irma? How you doing? We got you. Hey, we're tapped into your computer there too, where you work. We can actually see you on video. I hacked your computer. So beautiful earrings today, Irma. You're always beautiful. Very nice.
You're so silly.
Here we go. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Monday. Boy, I want to say like Monday Fun Day, if that's okay, Karen. Is it a Monday Fun Day?
Sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah. It doesn't. Well, yours is always the Mimosa Monday.
Right.
So, by the way, I wanted to say a special thank you to Karen this morning. Karen, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I do want to lift you up because you made a mistake this morning.
I did.
And your mistake has led to some amazing. You're always generous, by the way.
Caffeine day today.
You're always generous, but today it was like one of those unexpected generosities. Mm-hmm. Karen walks in. She has 2 cups in her hand, and I said, "Wow, I already know what this is going to be." And she said, "Would you like an extra? What is this? I didn't even look yet.
It's a white chocolate mocha.
White chocolate mocha from Starbucks. These probably cost you about $20 a piece." And
I have a gift card. That's why I'm using it.
Yeah. And she brought me a white mocha. So thank you, Karen. I appreciate it.
You're certainly welcome.
Yeah. She goes, "I accidentally ordered 2 this." And it wasn't accidental. It was kind of like I'm going to slide this out of the way. Sorry. It was like a predestined, one of those things in the back of your mind that just said, today I probably should just order 2. And you did, and you didn't realize it. So,
right.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
And I wanted to say, too, when you walked out, I love your sweater this morning.
Thank you.
It's a nice, chilly day here in Huntsville, Texas. You're waking up. I think it was 49 degrees.
Yeah, we don't get too much sweater wearing weather, so I have to wear them when I can.
You got to get them when you can. That's right. Well, it's been a great weekend. A lot of wonderful events happened this weekend. Want to give a shout out to everyone, first and foremost, who came out to support the McKenzie family and Lisa and Kevin McKenzie. We love them so much and all that they have done for the community over the years, and we wanted to give back and appreciate Pastor Jason Bay at First Baptist and other churches getting involved in organizations. It was a jam-packed house on Sunday at McKenzie's Barbecue. I'm not sure of the total dollar amount that was raised for Lisa, but I already know that it was well over $30,000 total just from one event. And that was before
That's awesome.
the barbecue donation fundraiser yesterday. But I walked in, Karen, and I mean, you couldn't even I mean, it was just in a good way. It was hard to move around. There were so many people coming in and out right after church on
That's
Sunday.
great.
So a lot of folks showed up. And then we walked in, and I had no idea that this was going to happen. There was just a wonderful lady at the door, and she said, "Oh, we didn't really advertise this, but there's a silent auction." And it wasn't one or two items. It was all around the inside of Mackenzie's.
Oh,
Soup, and I wish I would have known because I would have started promoting that. But she's like, "Yeah, we just had the idea, and we didn't get a chance to really put it out there." But they had this Huntsville Hornets super fan pack that I bid on. I didn't get a call yesterday, so I'd assume I didn't win it. And I put a good number on there. I was like, man, if I put this, maybe I'll get it. But I know someone else outbid me because it was just there was a bunch of shirts, tumblers. If you're a super fan of Huntsville Hornets, this was for you. And I was like, I really wanted that, but I didn't get it. And that's okay. Maybe I'll get a call today, Karen.
maybe so.
But I was like the second person on the list, so I would imagine not. But a lot of folks showed up. And then last night, it was so great. We had so many wonderful folks show up to Old Town Theater. I did get a number from Lois Stellick. There was another benefit right after the barbecue benefit. So from 3 to 5 yesterday over at Old Town Theater, there was another benefit, a concert benefit. 4 different artists showed up. John Sheptalk closed it out. Dave McMahon was there, Buford Swafford, and I know I'm going to forget John Shepard. I think I got all of them right. I never remember names. I think I got every one of them. John Shepard opened, and then it was Dave McMahon, and then Buford Swafford, and then John Sheptalk. And it was just unbelievable. And I'm going to tell you what, it was like having church on a Sunday afternoon when Sheptalk. Have you ever heard John Sheptalk sing?
Mm-mm.
Oh, my goodness. He just took that place on fire. And I know from that event that an additional $4,100 was raised yesterday afternoon. So just wanted to start off this morning and say thank you, Huntsville, for your generosity and your support. Slaughter, that's it. What did I say? Russell, I said it. I got it wrong. What did I say?
It's
Swafford?
Snowden, isn't it?
Well, it's
Buford Snowden?
Buford Snowden and John Slaughter. I thought I got him right. See, I never get him. Thank you, Russell. Russell Humphrey was there last night as well. He and Tish, and it was just a great event. But then, Karen, Saturday, my goodness, how about all that?
Yes, I know. That was a long parade. It was good.
I've never been in one of the 25 parades that we have here in Huntsville. I'm just kidding, but they're all fun. But I've never been I've never been in the parade. We go to them, but I've never been in it. And so we had a float with First Baptist, and then I brought my truck, and we had so many youth show up that I was worried my truck wasn't going to make it, but we got through it. And I'm talking about that because there's so many kids back there that I thought that thing was going to start dragging on the ground. But all joking aside, it was great. We had a lot of folks show up, and going through that parade, I knew the route, but my goodness, you're driving for a good 45 minutes, maybe an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts over by the gazebo over at
19th Street.
Yeah, right there at 19th where the little gazebo is. And then that's where everybody starts coming down Sam Houston. And then you loop back over, and it ends just outside of HEB. I mean, there was people from the gazebo all the way to HEB.
Lots of people.
I do want to entertain you this morning and encourage you. When you do these parades, there's a reason that everybody piles up right near that entrance because so much candy gets thrown at the beginning, and by the end, I felt so bad because there's these sweet little children, and they're all holding their bags, and there's hardly a drop of candy in there because everybody unloads their candy at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
We know next time now that the church knew, like Bridget and I brought a bag, and our friends at First Baptist knew because we were throwing candy they were throwing candy the whole time. Bridget and I were like, oh, we just ran out. We ran out right up at the corner over here.
Oh, wow. Just a few pieces.
Yeah, just a few. Just a few at a time. But then you feel bad because there's so many kids and they're just with these faces like, please, please. And you're just like, oh, here you go, So we're going to bring a 20-gallon trash can next year filled full of
still
candy.
Probably won't be enough.
Won't be enough, yeah. But thanks for everybody for coming out and being a part. Just wonderful, wonderful community involvement. And it's so neat to just be in the middle of that and to experience the spirit of Huntsville during the holiday season. It was neat. Karen, were you on the fire truck?
I was with the city council.
And then did you hop off and hop on another float?
No.
You weren't on the Go Texan?
No.
Well, they won.
I know.
Yeah.
I helped decorate. Well, actually, Pam Bates, she pretty much had it all done, and then the rest of us showed up and just, helped her do little things. But she did most of it. But, yeah, we got Best in Show. I thought that was awesome. She did a great job decorating.
Yeah, it was the Walker County area Go Texan got Best in Show. We'll put an article out a little bit later today on Hello Huntsville with all the winners. And a big thank you, too, to the Lions Club. I don't want to leave those folks out. They do such incredible work. And I was talking to Wade Thibodeau. Brenda Poe was down there obviously helping out as well. Appreciate her. But, Wade was taking a deep breath, and he goes, I said, how's it going? He just took a deep breath. He goes, I'm glad it's going. Because there is so much work that those folks do behind the scenes. And, you talk about when you're lining up everybody, I thought, man, this was going to be a madhouse. They actually have it. They've been doing it for so long, super organized, and just it flowed really smooth. I felt like everything flowed smooth. One of the, I guess the most fun that I saw there was, I don't know if it was the right, and Robbie, if you're watching this morning, correct me, but I know that there's the Prison City Jeep Club. I don't know if that was them. I would assume it is because I don't know of another Jeep club in Huntsville.
There was 2 sets of Jeeps that went by. Some of them had reindeer horns at the end of it, but the ones in the front, I think they were different groups.
They were having so much fun. I was like, man, I wanted to hop in those Jeeps and just cruise with those guys. And they took I always wondered how they do this. They're all decorated. They're all lit up. And I've always wondered how they make the little antlers on the ones that stick out on all these Jeeps. It's PVC pipe. So they took PVC pipe and glued it all together, and then they wrapped them all in lights, and they had reindeer antlers on there.
I didn't know what they were made of either.
Yeah, so
they were all lit up. They were really pretty. And
it felt like you're out on the water with boats that have the big sound systems, because they all have the speakers hanging from the the body of the Jeeps. They're all lit up. The music, the lights were going to the music. I was like, these guys are really into it. So, it was a lot of fun, and we appreciate, again, everybody for coming out. Friends, we got a great show today. We'll dig into that here in a little bit. Do want to welcome you in on a Monday. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend as we were just celebrating all good things happening here in Huntsville. We are here on this Monday. Big thank you to Paul Oley of the Gallery for helping us here, letting us be next door to him, and a huge thank you to our good friend Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers and online at elliotsjewelers.com. We would not be able to bring you this show each and every weekday without Elliot. You can find him again online, elliotsjewelers.com. Get ready for the holiday season. Jewelry, it's jewelry time. Karen, if you could have any piece of jewelry, what would be your biggest wish?
Well, I really, really like earrings, so probably earrings.
Earrings. There you go. If somebody out there this morning just has a generous heart and says, you know what, I'm going to get Karen some earrings this morning, call up Elliot Herzlich.
Sounds good.
And, just bring those by before Christmas. Just bring them here on a Monday. We've got a few more episodes before Christmas, so just bring them on by, and we'll, we won't forget that ever, would we, Karen? So, but big thank you to Elliot. And also, of course, on Monday, we wouldn't be here without our good friends from Walker County Federal Credit Union, Karen Denman, Denise Olivas, Toy, so many that are involved. The retired employee that never leaves, Ruthie. We're going to get her on the show one day,
we need to, yes. Ruthie's a lot of fun.
So we need her to come share her story, and it'll be fun. We'll get her one of these days. We're going to get Miss Ruthie in here. But today, a great show. Our friend Denise Winston is back with us from World Heritage Exchange students. Did I get that right, Denise? Okay. I'm trying to remember all this information. World Heritage Exchange students. She's been with us before. She's here today. And we have a special guest from Italy that is joining us today, too. So we're going to have her on in a little bit and let her share her experiences as well. We do have our keyword, and guess what we're doing today? How about $20 to Double Dave's Pizza?
Ooh,
so
sounds good.
I'm looking forward to giving that one away, and appreciate Denise for bringing that by. And you know what we're going to do, because it is that holiday season, Christmas season on the way? How about this week's keyword, festive? A little festive in the air, and we changed the background to a Christmas tree. Festive is the word. All you got to do is text that in alongside your name, festive, along with your name. That is on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line at 936-339-0139. Again, 936-339-0139. Festive, the keyword. Let us know that you're out there. We'll step aside, take a break. Got your national news early for you today, and then we'll hear a word from all of our amazing sponsors. Stay with us. Denise joins us on the other side. It is your show. As always, this is Good Morning Huntsville.
USA News, I'm Lance Pry. A New York Times article is claiming Israel officials knew of a Hamas plan a year before the October 7th murderous attack and kidnapping of Israeli civilians. Our national security spokesperson, John Kirby, on NBC News, says U.S. intelligence was not aware of a Hamas document.
The intelligence community has indicated that they did not have access to this document. There's no indications at this time that they had any access to this document beforehand.
Israel says they have eliminated the commander of Hamas' Shati battalion in an airstrike by a fighter jet yesterday. Dave Collins has more.
According to Israel Defense Forces spokesperson Daniel Hagari, the commander was responsible for carrying out raids in Israeli territory on October 7th's attack. Following IDF and ISA intelligence, an IDF fighter jet struck and killed Haitham Kawari, the commander of Hamas' Shati battalion.
Former FDA Commissioner Dr. Scott Gottlieb, a leading national health expert, says the United States should experience a more typical flu and virus season this winter. Gottlieb says the level of RSV and flu cases is less intense compared to epidemic numbers in past years. Gottlieb explained young children and older adults have been especially vulnerable. He added that the number of COVID cases are down from past years, yet Gottlieb is still encouraging people to get vaccinated. Alaska Airlines has announced plans to buy Hawaiian Airlines. The deal is valued at just under $2 billion. Alaska would pay $18 per share for Hawaiian Airlines stock in the sale. Alaska would take over roughly $900 million in debt. The merger would be part of a One World alliance that includes American Airlines, British Airways, and Cathay Pacific. The deal still needs approval of both boards and U.S. regulators. USA News.
Greece is cheap.
But the airfare costs a fortune.
Paris?
Not much closer, and again, airfare...
What about Puerto Vallarta?
Let's face it, flying anywhere is just too expensive.
Wait, what's this? Low-cost airlines.
With one call to low-cost airlines, you'll drastically slash your travel costs. We're talking insanely low airline prices to any of your favorite destinations. Where would you like to go? London, Rome, Costa Rica, Australia?
Wow, that's cheap.
So why wait? Call now to learn how crazy cheap it is to fly anywhere in the U.S. or international. Our prices are so low, we can't publish them. The only way to get them is to call to instantly hear the most amazing best deals on airline travel. It's that easy. So call now and start packing.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. There's a place in Huntsville and now in Conroe where you're more than a customer, you're part of the family. A place where style meets comfort and every visit feels like a treat. Welcome to the Color Bar Hair Salon. From the moment you walk in, our friendly stylists work to create a look that's perfect for you. Whether it's a fresh cut, a vibrant new color, or a blowout for that special occasion, at the Color Bar, we've got you covered. We pride ourselves on creating an environment where our guests can relax, enjoy a beverage, and let us do the pampering. We use top-notch products like Kevin Kevin Murphy, and even offer hair extensions for those looking to add a little extra flair. And when it's got to be perfect, we ensure you leave looking and feeling your best self. But don't just take our word for it. Book a reservation or buy a gift card online and experience it firsthand. Visit us online at colorbartx.com and discover why, at the Color Bar Hair Salon, you get an experience that goes beyond. The Color Bar, where you belong. See you soon.
Ho, ho, ho.
This is Jensen.
This is Zane. And Caroline.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
This is Leah Lineback with Sweet Caroline's Floral Shop. Our family would love to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Email your holiday greeting at victory@spiritradio.fm.
Welcome back at it, Huntsville. Thanks for joining us. Time now 7:25 in the a.m. on a beautiful Monday. Maybe 50 degrees outside by now. A little more sunlight starting to peer through the window here in our studio. Brought to you by Elliott's Jewelers. Special day today. We're having a lot of fun off of during our commercial break. I was learning about Italy here. And we're going to bring on our friend Isabella here in just a few moments. Do want to remind you that keyword festive along with your name. Text that in on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. We want to see that text line filled up this week. Had a lot of folks last week, and here we go, back at it on a Monday. So thanks for joining us, folks. We always appreciate you. Always fun to start the week here. And how about today? Denise Winston joining us again, and Isabella, welcome to the show.
Nice
You're making your debut here. Isabella, you asked me right when you sat down. You go, "Is this live, like on TV?" I said, "What's on social media?" How many people did I tell you? Do you remember that watch this?
I just remember a lot of people.
1.2 million is just kidding. But there's a good amount of folks that watch, and it's so great to have you back as well. Denise, welcome back in.
Thank you.
Yeah, we enjoy this. We do it about once a month or so, and appreciate you and your generosity bringing students so we can learn a little bit more about the cultures of others, especially young people coming here. And Isabella, I'll bring you into the conversation in just a few moments, but wanted to touch base with Denise. How have you been? What have you been up to? How's the world been treating you?
Just busy. I mean, holidays are here, and, you guys were talking about the parade, and one of our area representatives did a float for some of our exchange students, but I was supposed to be there, and I missed it. I got caught up on a Zoom call.
Oh, no.
But I heard it was long. That was the first thing they said. That was the longest parade I think we've ever had in Huntsville. There were a lot of floats out there.
Yeah, I want to say there's probably, I felt like there was more than 100, and it was a lot of fun. Isabella, do y'all do parades in Italy?
No, we just have like a little big parade for like carnival, but we don't have like a lot of parades.
Here in Huntsville, one thing you'll learn is I joke around, but it feels like we have a parade every month, but we really don't. But it's like every major season, I think we have a parade, and then there's other ones that happen. We do homecoming parades. Did you get to go to any of the parades here in Huntsville?
No, I think I didn't.
You didn't make it to the parades?
Yeah, I think I didn't.
She was busy this weekend.
Yeah.
With church stuff. So.
One of the cool things that we do at parades here in Huntsville, some communities don't do this anymore, just safety-wise, but Huntsville's been really good about it, and everyone's staying safe. They throw candy off of the floats. And so, Halloween, you go door to door, trick or treat, you fill up your bags. I joke around, Isabella, and I say, just show up to like 2 parades in Huntsville, and you'll have enough candy for the whole year. So... well, Denise, it's great. I so appreciate you having Isabella on today. We're going to learn a little bit about Italy and kind of her background. I know that with World Heritage, and you've been a part of that, and it's still the same organization that we talked about but just kind of under a different name. You're working with them still.
Yep.
What has the program been like here, over the past 6 months or so for you, just having new students and more students coming in?
Yeah, I think we have 8 different countries represented here in Huntsville this year.
Wow.
And so lots of great kiddos. They're all out in the community volunteering and getting to know people and in churches, doing youth group activities, which is new to them, and just seeing all of their new experiences is a lot of fun.
Isabella, you've been a part of the program. Obviously, you wouldn't be here if you weren't. But you spent a little time in New York before also. Let us know maybe about that kind of transition. You were in New York and then getting here to Huntsville. How was New York?
I mean, we were in the plane, and it was my first riding that plane for like that many hours.
Over the ocean too, right?
Yeah.
Was it nerve-wracking or was it?
I mean, like going on the ocean, it wasn't that nerve-wracking, but like when we were about to land, like a lot of like turbulence happened. So I was like, please let me land safely. And on that plane were like me and like 3 other my friends that were living with me from Italy, and we were all like split in like all the plane, and I was just sitting next to like a lady and her daughter, and they were like talking to me. I was like, yeah, it's my first time riding to New York and I'm alone. And they were like, you're alone? I was like, yeah. And when we landed to New York, I didn't even realize that it was in New York. I think like the day I left, I realized I was there. And we had this guide, and he was a guy that worked with like exchange students and showing them New York for like a lot of years. And he said that the first year started, he was like really, really young. So I think that this year were like his like older years. He didn't seem like he was that old. He kept running everywhere. We got lost like 5 times because we would like look at stuff, take photos, and we were like turn. He wasn't even there. He was like 30 meters away and like running. But it was a lot of fun. I had so much fun with the other exchange students. And
how many exchange students were there with you? Probably
from Italy, we were like I think like 10, maybe more.
Awesome.
And they were like exchange students from China, Japan, and also like Finland and Germany and France. Yeah, we were like this big group that went to New York like 4 days and then like we came here.
If your guide was forgetting where y'all were supposed to be going, that is a sign that
He's old.
He's old. Yeah.
We lost like a lot of like a lot of things that we wanted to see. Because I think we didn't go see like a lot of places because he just forgot. Maybe like we were late because he kept running everywhere. We got lost. I don't know like what even the name is because we didn't visit it. But we got lost in this like really big subway, and no one called. We were just like wandering around, and
you finally found him though.
But you found him, yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Y'all ended up where you were supposed to be.
Yeah, that's great. Did you get to go like downtown, like Times Square, and see all that? What was that experience like? Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I live in a town where like a lot of people go out by night, and like they go out with their friends, they go out eating. So I'm like used to going out alone at night without my mom and without my parents. And I think the first time we were there, he said, "Okay, we're gonna go to like eat something at Chipotle, my favorite restaurant, and then we're going to Times Square." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm so fun." And I thought he was coming with us. And he said, "No." He said, "You're all gonna go with like little groups, and then we're gonna meet like back here at the hotel at like 11." I was like, "You're gonna let us 15, 16-year-old alone at like Times Square at night and like in New York?" He did. It was like so fun. There were like a lot of people, and we went, and there were like people dancing in the Times Square, and we took like a lot of videos and photos.
Like street performers, right? Yeah, cool.
I bought so many T-shirts there.
Did you get like the I Heart NY?
Yeah, I got like
gotta get that one.
I got like a lot of keychains, a lot of T-shirts from there, a lot of hats. And I remember that the first time we were there, I was like, "Yeah, we should like visit a gift shop." Never do that in New York. They're like so pricey. Like a T-shirt was like $50 for like I Heart New York.
We call that
Amazon cheaper.
Yeah, we call that a tourist trap. You know, so you go there and it's like, "Oh, hey, we got to get this. We have to spend $50." You did it. You did. So no more gift shops then.
No more gift shop in New York. So just go like on like streets for like on the Brooklyn Bridge. There were like a lot of like street shops. Just buy from there.
So
no, keep it in. No.
Yeah. Well, it's cool to hear the journey there. You know, going to New York. Talk about how the transition to Huntsville happened. How did you get here to Huntsville? Because that's a pretty big jump from New York City to good old Huntsville, Texas.
I mean, in New York, it wasn't that hot. It was like really kind of like chilly those days. And I still remember that I told y'all the first step I made like out of the airport, I couldn't breathe because it was like so hot here.
The humidity, that's what we call it here.
Yeah. And I remember that I said like everything here is like bigger. Everything here is like just like awesome. I just love it here in Texas. When I applied for my exchange year, they told us that like you could choose the state you were going, and one of my friends did that. She wanted to go to Arizona. She did at the end, and I was just like go with the flow, see where I'm ending. And I didn't even think about Texas at first, but when I got my application here, it was like Texas. We love Texas.
And so you made it, and here you are in the piney woods of East Texas. What do you think about all the beautiful trees here? Do y'all have that in Italy? Not big trees like this, do you?
No, yeah, I live in like a small town like this. Maybe mine is like smaller, and we have like the city part with like all the buildings and stuff because we live in flats. We don't have like big houses, but we also have like the big trees, and I just love it because it reminds me of home, and it's really, really pretty.
What are some of the biggest differences maybe that, being here in East Texas compared to home? I know you just mentioned some similarities like the small town kind of atmosphere, but maybe what's something that's kind of was eye-opening to you when you got here to Huntsville that you were like, wow, I didn't know about this?
I mean, like seeing America from the movies and like the TV show that they show you is not like all the truth. I mean,
that's right.
Yeah, my mom always tells me that. I mean, I really, really like it here, and I just love like small towns. And there's like some really big things I didn't notice about America first. Like everything like here is bigger, but I mean, I just love it.
You were talking to me during the break. Again, Isabella's joining us from a World Heritage Exchange Student Program. Denise Winston here as well. And you told me earlier, going to the new football stadium here, that was pretty exciting for this community. It was something that Huntsville had been waiting on for a very long time. Well, you got to come in and experience it firsthand. You were telling me that there's just so many people at homecoming. Maybe talk a little bit about that experience because you get to go to the local school and see things.
I mean, I just love the school here. I've always wanted like to go to American school like this here in Huntsville is like my favorite thing. And we go for like 7:40 to like 3:40 every day, and we have like 8 periods. And I go to all of my classrooms like really happy, really enjoying it. The teachers here are like so nice. And I really enjoy like going to the football games because I love like football night games. I went like the first night at Bauer Stadium, and not a lot of people were there. I was like, oh, okay, they're not like really fans. But when the new stadium opened for like homecoming, I was like, I want to go. And I had my mom that she made me.
I love it. So you had the mom, yeah. So that was a new experience for you.
Yeah, because I didn't know about the moms at first because I know that like homecoming, you go like on the homecoming parades, homecoming game, and then you have like the homecoming dance. I didn't know about the moms, but when she showed, I mean, like I had like a small one. The girls like really like big ones. I was like, okay, I like it. And I think like she dropped me there, and I was waiting for my friends to get there. And one of my friends came, and he was like, hurry up, there's like a line. And I was like, there's never a line at football games.
And this was the new stadium, by the way, when they just opened it.
Yeah. And we got there, was a line, and I just have to like wait like 30 minutes because he had to buy a ticket, and then we went in there, and he couldn't seat. And you couldn't find a seat. But eventually we did, and we won, and I was like so happy. Everyone was like screaming, and we were so happy. And then Saturday we had homecoming, and it was the best experience ever because I was with my friends. The music was like really, really good because I was worried they were gonna play like country music. It was like, please don't. And we had so much fun. I had danced so much, and I wear heels because I thought about buying heels. No.
Bad decision.
Yeah, bad decision. I ended up like dancing like bare feet, and I ended up like walking like bare feet at home, and like I just threw like my heels in the box, and I'm never gonna wear them again.
I think a lot of people can relate with you on that when they wear the heels. So yeah.
I mean, I haven't worn them in a while, so maybe that like made it worse. And they were like really, really high because I bought them on Shein. I should have done that.
Well, it sounds like you have, had a lot of fun, and it's so great to have you here in Huntsville, Isabella. You and I were talking too during the break, and I had a funny question for you. Bridget and I had went on a cruise, and we went on a behind-the-scenes cruise, and I learned that Italy makes a lot of the ships, and especially the cruise ships as well. And then you were telling me, funny story, your parents were involved working in ships. Let us know maybe a little bit about that background.
Yeah, my dad is from Italy. He's like from Bergamo, if y'all know where it is. It's like, I live in like Carrara, where like the marble is from, and he lives like 4 hours. Like he was born like 4 hours away from me, and my mom is from Romania. She's not from Italy, and my dad like followed my grandfather's steps and like his grandfather, and he went to like cause we have in Italy like ship school. You can go like learning about ships. You can go like working in cruises and yachts, and like you can start working with ships. And he went in that school like my grandfather did, and now my brother is in that school. And my mom, she's from Romania, so she was in like math school in Romania. And my father like finished school, and then he went working on like the Carnival cruise in America here. And my mom joined too, and she was working as a waitress, and my dad was working as like a chief engineer, and they met on like the first cruise that they did together. Like, you know, that time they didn't have like phones that you can call like normally. And they told me this story that they were like talking about it, and my mom was like, yeah, I'm supposed to go like on another cruise, and he was like, yeah, I'm supposed to go to like this cruise as well. And he got there first anyway, and my mom told me that he waited like the whole night for her to get there because her plane was like delayed. And he waited like the whole night for her to get there, and then at the end they like started dating, and then they like
got married.
Yeah,
married.
thanks.
That's what we say here. The rest is history.
Yeah, they got married, and then they had me, and then they had my brother like 3 years later than me.
That's awesome. Well, I was telling you, you know, I was getting a little upset on the cruise ship with Bridget because we went on that behind the scenes tour, and I learned that all of the Italian men are like engineers on these ships.
Yeah.
And I told Bridget, she was like, "Oh, he's pretty attractive." I was like, "Whoa, Bridget, we're getting off of this tour, right?" I'm just kidding, but it was really cool to like hear the whole story and see how those were made, and they educated me, and then you're kind of just backing that story up about this, which is really neat. Isabella, you've been here the whole school year is kind of how these programs work. What have you learned? Maybe one or two things that you've learned. I know you've shared a lot of stories with us so far, but maybe something that you've learned being here in Huntsville.
I mean, being here in Huntsville, like alone with like my host family, has learned me like to be independent, and like also at school, like you have to be independent with like your own study, and teachers like really care about you here, and they really care about if you study, if you fail a test, you can retake it. You have like a lot of games and like a lot of ways to like get like more points on your test. And they help you like a lot here. So that was like the biggest thing I've ever learned here in America, because in Italy teachers are not that nice. I mean, I'm like,
if you're one of her teachers, she doesn't mean you though, by the way. She's talking about other teachers. I'm just kidding. What is something that, let's say like me, I've never been to Italy. The only countries I've ever been to were like Canada and Mexico on cruises. You know, outside of that, I've never I don't know if that counts. Karen will tell you that doesn't count. Like you have to go outside of a cruise. But what is something that if I go to Italy, something that I would really enjoy? What should I do if I go to Italy?
a lot of people say that if you go to Italy, you'll enjoy the people and the food. That's like the main thing. The people there are like really, really nice because they want to know about your story. They want to know about where you're from. They want to know about like what you're doing here. And also like the food is really, really good. And a thing that I see mostly like in Italy is like the places you go. Like if you go like or like those little cities and you find like this like more gorgeous like landscape that like happens a lot of times if you go to Italy and you see like a lot of like cool places with like a lot of trees, and we also have a sea next to Italy, so there's like a lot of beaches where you can go and swim, and it's really, really pretty.
And they're not humid like here, right? No humidity. Not as bad.
I mean, because I'm like on the coast of Italy, on the east coast of Italy, next to France, and well, my sea is not that clean, but if you go like on the, if you go like more on the south, like in Naples and on the little islands, that sea is like gorgeous.
That's kind of the same here. I think like the farther south you go, once you get
Yeah.
to South Padre, it's beautiful. Not knocking the other areas, but there's so much ship traffic and people coming in and
Yeah,
out
it
that it
is.
stirs
It
up
is.
the sand and everything.
Because we're in Italy, there's like a free beaches where you can go like swim, and you can bring like your umbrella. And there's other where like you have to pay for like your umbrella and like your little cabin. And the where I am is like really, really close to the port. So maybe
cool.
it's that.
Do you know a lady named Jackie Cawthon? Do you know Jacqueline Cawthon?
That's Lily's mom.
Yeah, yes, Lily's mom.
She just said hello. She said "Sweet Bella" to you.
Hi.
So
Love
she's
you,
saying
Lily.
she's saying "Sweet Bella" this morning.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's great Isabella joining us. She is a foreign exchange student. Great to have her here with us this morning, and a big thank you to Denise Winston. We try to do this once a month or so. Denise, for you as a host, maybe somebody out there this morning has heard Isabella's story, and they said this would be incredible. I'd like to host an exchange student. Maybe give us some advice on how more people here in Huntsville can get involved.
Yeah, it's so easy. You just go online to world-heritage.org and you fill out the application to be a host family. And she was talking about her trip to New York before she came here, and we do not expect our host families to be tour guides and show the students the United States and feel like they have to take them on vacations and things like that. That's not what, a typical family is not on a vacation every 8 weeks. And so that we provide opportunities for the students to see those other areas of the country. And so her trip to New York was one that was provided by the agency for her to be able to see something other than Texas. And then we have trips to Hawaii, California, Arizona, Nevada, and then another New York trip. And so we are looking for just normal, everyday, average families of all, makeups and sizes, just people that are interested in learning about other cultures or giving back, to a teenager, sharing their family traditions with them.
I was telling Bridget once our little baby, Caden is 5 months old, and Bridget wants to have like 3 or 4 more children. I'm like, I don't know, I'll be 40, sweetheart, but
host an exchange student.
Yeah, so we thought, if we get a few more, then maybe we'll have an exchange student. We can teach them the American ways of raising a baby. So
right. And
it'll be a lot of fun.
It's so funny because we have some, like my youngest has always wanted to be a big brother, but we're not having any more, children. So he could go to a family that has little ones, and then he could be a big brother to those, little ones, because he doesn't have any in his own family. And so that's what it's about. It's about sharing your family, traditions, your community. Huntsville's such a great community to share, with a teenager from another culture. But they're fun. It's fun to, hear about their quirks from their, and then our quirks, like, why do you do that here? Well, it's what we do in Texas.
I mean,
we listen to country music, by the way.
Yeah,
so.
and I think I've changed like a little bit because they love sweet tea.
Oh yeah.
And I drink like hot tea on like cold days, and I haven't drank like water in like I think like 2 weeks. I only drink like sweet tea. And when it's done and when like it's over, I like got mad. Like we get mad. It was like, where's the tea? Who made the tea?
Who took the last of the tea? You didn't make more. Yeah, that was dangerous. It took her about 2.5 months before she finally said, okay, I'll try sweet tea.
Now you're hooked, right?
Yeah.
So you'll take that back and indoctrinate the rest of Italy now with the sweet tea from Texas. That's a staple, by the way. So, Isabella, so great to have you on. I did want to mention one other thing about food, because you were talking earlier. For us, what were you saying, Denise? We thought like the sauce was how it was, and you're like, yeah, tell us that story.
Yeah, I was making a homemade fettuccine sauce. My older son was having a friend come over, and she was like, what is this white sauce? And I said, it's fettuccine sauce. And she said, we do not have that in Italy. There are no white sauces in Italy.
No white sauces. We only have like tomato sauce and seafood sauce.
Yeah.
I asked you earlier, it was so funny, Isabella, because I said, so is like the Italian food that we make here in America, is it legitimate? And you paused very long. So that tells me no, we're still missing the mark, right?
I mean, I haven't tried some because I'm not like one of the crazy Italians that go like everywhere and say like that is not Italian food, that is not Italian food. I've tried the pizza here and it's really, really good. I like it, but
it's not Italian pizza.
Yeah, and I don't get like why they call it spaghetti noodles. Spaghetti or spaghetti.
Well, another thing is we went to the grocery store and she was like, "What are all of these noodles?" And I'm like, "These are different pasta noodles." She said, "We only have one type in Italy. It's just the long, straight linguine type pasta. We don't have farfalle and spiral and bow tie and angel hair and all of those." She said it's one type of and then she's just all these different types on our grocery store shelves.
What's weird is all those pastas here, they all taste the same. I mean, it's the way you cook them. But for some reason, I will not eat wagon wheel pasta. Did you see the wagon wheels?
Yeah.
I will not eat that, even though it tastes the same as another one, because it's all the same, right? It's just the shape of it. But when I was younger, probably your age, I had a really, really, really terrible stomach virus, and it was and it was after I ate those. And like every time I just look at those things, and it takes me back like 20 years ago, 25 years. I was like, I will not touch those wagon wheels. Wagon wheels are made for wagons, not to eat.
That's
by the way. So
and all like every Italian has like their own way to cook pasta. I like cooked them pasta one night, and I made like this sauce that I always make. I like tomato sauce with like heavy whipping cream. I always make it at home, and I cook the pasta like the way you like it, like a bit like not like well cooked. We call it al dente. And
say that again, al
dente is like
al dente.
Yeah,
did I say that
like
right?
It's like to the tooth. I mean, I think it's like if you translate it.
Well, you think about it, like dental, dente, al dente, al
Yeah,
dente. Is that right? Am I getting that Italian flavor, al dente?
And so I made pasta that night with the way I make it, the way I made it, and they was like, it's really, really good, but we don't eat pasta like that, like this. And I was like, me and my brother love that kind of pasta. My mom always likes it like well cooked, but me and my brother just like it that way. And like all the Italians have like their own way to cook their pasta.
You know what's going to happen, Denise? Because we love food on this show. You can ask Karen, any of our co-hosts. We love
we
food.
should have we'll have to bring you her tiramisu.
See, this is where we're going with this conversation. So if you wake up, Isabella, one day and you're like, I really enjoyed being on that show with Rob and Karen. I think I'm going to bless them with something to eat one Monday. You, by all means, are more than welcome just to show up here with a little food. We will not tell you to leave, okay?
Her tiramisu is really, really good.
A tiramisu is like this Italian dish where it's like a mascarpone cream and it's coffee and like lady fingers biscuits, and you just like lady biscuits, the cream, and then like the coffee, and you make like this big like thing like this, and it's really, really good. And then you sprinkle on top with
You're going to have to stop talking. Hey, you're going to have to stop talking about all this because we're getting really hungry here. Well, Isabella, it's so great. I did want to ask you one final question. For you being in this program, I know that you're probably going into it with an expectation of something that you really want to get out of it. Maybe what is that expectation for you as you enter the exchange program, saying, as I go through this process, when I get back home, I would have hoped to learn this. What is something that you wanted to learn?
I mean, I just want to experience America like the fullest. Because my dream, like my biggest dream was coming to America and like study in America, go to school here, live in a house with like Americans. And I was so happy when my parents gave me like because they gave me like the letter that I was enrolled in America as my Christmas gift, and I was like so happy when I opened it. And I just want to learn and experience everything here, just like my biggest dream, and I don't want to regret anything when I get home.
What is you're still young, you've got a whole life ahead of you, but where do you want to be? What is your ultimate goal? What do you really want to do as you grow older and become an adult?
I mean, in Italy, I'm taking a language school. I'm learning English, Spanish, and French, also from Italian. And my biggest wish, my biggest dream, it was to study psychology because I really like psychology. And one of my biggest dreams was coming here and study psychology here in America. So I'll try to do that. I'll try to get a scholarship and study really, really hard to achieve my dream.
Awesome. I love that. Well, we're going to be rooting for you. It's always good to have you guys come in. Denise has been so gracious to bring students in, and we get to learn about so many wonderful cultures, and we're so excited that you chose to be here in Huntsville, Texas. This is where you're at, and we're so thankful that you're here, and we wish you nothing but the best, Isabella.
Thank you so
Good
much.
to have you today. Do y'all shake hands in Italy? Or
Yeah, we do. Shake hands
Awesome.
and kiss.
Well, we do. Yeah. So, we just shake hands and hug here in Huntsville. So, but it's good. Denise, thanks so much. Is there anything that we left out that maybe we should have mentioned?
No, I mean, we just want to come on every month and give your audience a taste of what a different culture is and how great our students are, and let them share a little bit. This is good for them to get out and share about their country and why they wanted to come and things like that.
If she had told me earlier how many people were watching this, I wouldn't have come here. So that was like stepping out of my comfort zone. I mean, it's not as scary like it's talking to like a lot of people because they only see that camera and those two cameras. And but I had like a lot of fun.
But it wasn't as bad as you thought, right? We make it fun. So, and there's usually by the end of the day, 600, 700 people that watch our show. So it's I was just joking. It'll be 1.2 million now that you're here. They'll start watching more. So
she's going viral.
Yeah, going viral. So great. Well, so great to have you on, and again, so excited for you and the adventures. And like I said, Billy Cawthon, Jacqueline's husband, by the way, said, please, for the love of the good Lord, have them do it on a Friday. He's talking about the food. Karen's shaking her head like, no, you do it on a Monday. So, but again, appreciate y'all very much. You can find out more information on their website, and just go there and you can find out more about maybe if you want to be a host for an exchange student, as you can simply go to world-heritage.org. For those of you, by the way, listening on the Spirit Radio FM app this morning, we want to welcome you in. But just go to world-heritage.org. You can find out more information. Our keyword continues on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. Friends, I wanted to mention this too. Support local business. Randolph Thompson is such an extraordinary guy. We love him. We appreciate all that he does. And go by and support his business. Things get tough for a lot of us, even here on Hello Huntsville and restaurants around the community. Businesses, they need your support now more than ever. So that's why we have him on this program. That's why he has the text line. So go by and support him. He's just down the street here from us on University, right at the corner. It's the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. Text in the keyword festive along with your name for a $20 gift card to Double Dave's. We're giving that away today. 936-339-0139. It's 936-339-0139. We'll step aside, take a break. We'll hear from more of our sponsors, and we'll continue the show with Karen and Walker County Federal Credit Union when we come back. Again, this is your show. It's Good Morning Huntsville.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
There's a place in Huntsville and now in Conroe where you're more than a customer, you're part of the family. A place where style meets comfort and every visit feels like a treat. Welcome to the Color Bar Hair Salon. From the moment you walk in, our friendly stylists work to create a look that's perfect for you. Whether it's a fresh cut, a vibrant new color, or a blowout for that special occasion, at the Color Bar, we've got you covered. We pride ourselves on creating an environment where our guests can relax, enjoy a beverage, and let us do the pampering. We use top-notch products like Kevin Murphy and even offer hair extensions for those looking to add a little extra flair. And when it's got to be perfect, we ensure you leave looking and feeling your best self. But don't just take our word for it. Book a reservation or buy a gift card online and experience it firsthand. Visit us online at colorbartx.com and discover why at the Color Bar Hair Salon you get an experience that goes beyond. The Color Bar, where you belong. See you soon.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are. Third location on Veterans Memorial, coming soon. Visit tpms.life for more information. Education you can trust.
When you live and work in the town where you were born and raised,
lots of people become just like family. I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Over the years, we've shared a lot of good times and some tough times, and I'm honored to be the one you call on in your time of need. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, our goal is to help our neighbors in need and always provide the most outstanding service available, even on those really tough days. I thank you for your trust in us. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we're here for you.
Hey friends, Rob Hip here. As a guy, jewelry's not really my thing. I never know what I'm looking for. I feel uncomfortable, and I just don't understand how certain things look good together. But that's why I depend on Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Whenever Bridget and I wanted to get engaged, we said, we need to go to a place to where someone's going to take care of us. They're going to make me feel comfortable as a guy, but they're also going to take care of her needs as well. So I went into Elliot's, and he was so gracious and compassionate with my understanding, and I wanted something that looked a little masculine for my engagement band, and he said, I've got the perfect thing for you. And he found some white hammered gold that was trimmed in 14 karat gold, also put a diamond on that ring to signify my love for Bridget, and as we grow and our family grows, we can put a diamond around the rest of those. So friends, if you're looking for someone that is dedicated to customer service, that understands the needs of people and does what's right all the time, there's nobody better than my friend. It's Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com.
Ho, ho, ho! Christmas is just around the corner, and here at Spirit Radio, we're kicking off the holiday cheer right after Thanksgiving. Get ready to jingle all the way with nonstop Christmas music, bringing the spirit of the season to Huntsville. But wait, there's more. Do you have a special Christmas greeting you'd love to share? Maybe a festive shout out to your boss, a warm wish for your coworker, or a sweet message for your spouse, parents, or friends? It's easy. Simply record your greeting on your phone and email it to victory@spiritradio.fm. That's victory@spiritradio.fm. We'll broadcast your heartfelt messages right here on Spirit Radio, spreading joy and warmth this holiday season. Are you stuck on what to say? Well, here's a simple example. Hey, this is John wishing my mother Betty a very Merry Christmas. Yes, friends, it's that easy. Join us in spreading holiday cheer and making this season extra special for your loved ones. Tune in to Spirit Radio, the true spirit of Huntsville, and let's make this Christmas unforgettable.
Hey friends, welcome back at it now. Time 8 a.m. Actually 8:01. If you're supposed to be at work at 8 o'clock, got some bad news for you. May be your last day. You may not be going to work today, Karen.
Unless you bring breakfast, and then they won't get upset with you.
What's your favorite breakfast, by the way? I've never asked you this question.
I'm not really a breakfast person, but I guess like a breakfast taco or something would be great.
I'm not a, they say that you're supposed to eat breakfast.
That's what they say.
I very rarely, I'll say this, like once a week. Have you been down to Sandra's yet, just around the corner over here?
Yes, we did get some tacos from there one day.
I go over there. Yeah, I go over there. That's like my go-to for breakfast tacos now. And she does such a wonderful. It's her mom in there too that helps her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it's not school season, the whole family's over there, and just love Sandra and her family. But I'll go there like once a week and get tacos. But I'm with you. I'm just not a bit like even this coffee or this mocha that you brought me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so thankful you brought it. But like I'm not even used to that. Now you drink coffee every morning, right?
No, I don't like coffee. It's usually some kind of cappuccino or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you do come in here with
Mm-hmm.
some. Yeah. See.
Yeah.
Like for me, I very rarely like eat anything. I drink. Maybe I'll have a water. Do you keep water like at a nightstand?
Yes.
I do that, and I go through like a bottle a night of water. Like I wake up in the morning, and I guess I wake up a lot throughout the night, and I guess I don't realize that I do because I'll wake up and the bottle will be empty. I was like, I guess I woke up in the middle of the night and drank the water. So I may need to go to the doctor, Karen, if I'm not remembering getting up drinking the water.
Yes.
So. Well, Karen Denman is here with us from Walker County Federal Credit Union. I did want to highlight a couple of things. Appreciate Denise. I went over to set up an account Friday and just nothing with y'all, but just a slight little hiccup. I got to go down to Houston and fix a couple of things this morning with an entity that I have. And once I do that, then everything will be good to go. But y'all just take such great care of folks. And, I went in there the other day and it was Denise's lunch break. And I said, I can come back later. And Caitlin goes, well, let me go see if she's wrapped up back there. And I said, no, don't bother. She's like, no, she'll help you. And I said, I can come back in an hour. Well, she goes back there and Denise's like, oh, no, I'll help him right now. I mean, that's the type of service that you'll get. And I felt guilty about it. I was like, I want her to finish her lunch. And she's like, no, it's fine. I'm wrapped up. But y'all do such a great job taking care of this community.
We try.
And I want to highlight that because you think that you have to be, for me as a consumer, before I got to know you guys, I always felt that, I'm just being honest and transparent, like I always felt that I had to go with a major known, like corporate well-known bank to get the services that I needed, and not knocking any of those. But then quickly I found out
That's usually where you don't get the best service.
No, and you call, and it's like you got to go through these hoops to get through stuff. And then what was finally the kicker for me, before I really got to know y'all and before everything worked out, before we came back, what really got to me, when we were up in Fargo, this well-known bank, I started noticing a $25 a month charge, and I was like, I've never been charged from my account. In fact, they used to give me checks.
That's a lot. $25?
Yes. And
Wow.
so I asked what was going on, and they said, well, when you sold your house, your mortgage ended with us, and so you lost your grandfather clause that you always had. I was a customer for like 25 years with this bank. And
so they're penalizing you for doing something that's really was good for you.
I mean, I had a mortgage with y'all, made you a lot of money over 16 years, not as much as some people, but I still made you some money. And on top of that, I've been a loyal customer, and all of a sudden I get penalized because I sold my house. And they said, well, we have a plan that's $11 a month if you want to drop down to that. And I was like, no, I'm done. Who in the world has ever heard of like paying? That's a thing of the past. And so I started looking, and then we found a smaller bank there. And then when we got back here, I was like, I need to find something. We still had that small bank, and they were good to us. It was a corporate owned, but like a regional. It's called Gate City Bank, and they were really good to me. And this is where the cookie idea came from. We're going to make those cookies happen.
We still need to get those cookies.
It's Otis,
Yes.
Spunkmeyer. You have to have Otis, good old
Right.
Otis. You know what? I'm gonna figure out how much those things cost. I'm gonna go in. You know what? This is an idea. You talked to Toy about this. Maybe Hello Huntsville can sponsor
our cookie machine.
See, that'd be a great thing. Get some of your business clients weekly to sponsor the cookies.
Yeah,
and then it
there you
doesn't,
go.
and you just have it there. And it's like this week's cookies brought to you by.
That's a good idea. Toy,
Yeah.
you listening?
Toy, are you listening?
Denise, you listening?
I guarantee businesses out there would be cool to sponsor the cookies that week. So you can put on the Facebook page,
That's a good idea.
Cookies this week brought to you by Hello Huntsville. Come on in. I'd do that.
Yeah, that's neat.
We got more than 52 businesses in town. So, once a week, one business sponsors the cookies. There you go. If y'all don't do it, we're going to do it here at the studio. I'm just kidding. But go by and see them. I did want to take a moment to highlight that. Go by and see our great friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union. They're going to take great care of you. I'm not just saying it because they're one of our Foundation 5 sponsors. I'm saying it because I can feel good knowing that the things I say are legitimate, because we have accounts there and I know that they take care of us. And it doesn't feel like a bank. It feels like a financial institution of friends and family. That's what it feels like to me.
Right.
I got to be careful because me, I talk a lot. I got to be careful when I go in because I don't want to start talking to everybody and then, I mess up y'all's
Well,
work
we're used
day.
to that. It's okay.
Yeah. I walked in. I asked Denise the other day, I said, how many people come in and say hi to you every day? She said, well, probably about 50. It feels like 50 sometimes. I was like, but she goes, but I love talking to people.
Yes.
So, well, hey, friends, it's been a fun one here today. Denise Winston was there with us. Loved hearing that. You and I are hungry.
I know. Now I want some Italian food.
I didn't ask because obviously Isabella, she's 15. I didn't ask about the wine, but I know that's a big thing in Italy too, is the wine. And it was funny because I said, how do y'all greet people there? And she goes, well, a handshake and a kiss. And I was like, that's right. I've heard about that before. But it's
don't go kissing people around here.
yeah. We can hug people and tell them you love them in Huntsville. But I'm going to say, if you walk up to somebody and give them a kiss on the cheek, they're going to look at you like, whoa, hold up. Hold
Yeah,
up.
they will.
Wait a minute. So there's certain people that I would, that it would be okay to give me a kiss on the cheek. And it would technically, you'd have to qualify. You'd have to be 85 or older for that to be acceptable. And it would have to be a grandmother.
Right.
If I go into MRC Creekside and there's an 85-year-old lady there, I would allow her to give me a kiss on the cheek. You just can't deny that one.
Right.
But a lot of fun. Hey, one other thing, Karen. Last Monday, Bridget and I finally made it.
Yes. Thank
And
you, Bridget, for making him come.
We loved every, and maybe tonight we'll try to get back over there again, but we loved every moment of trivia night.
Awesome.
Some of that, I'm going to tell
y'all did good.
No,
Y'all did pretty
we
good.
were the worst in the
No,
whole
you weren't the worst.
We had like 30 points, Karen. Karen's being nice. There was there was questions in there that I should have known, and I'm not good at trivia. But if you go every Monday, you'll get better, I would assume. How do y'all come up with this stuff? I mean, it was great content.
We just kind We just do. I don't know. I wonder myself. I keep thinking, okay, we're going to run out of stuff to ask, but it just happens. We just do it.
What was the one called where you have like first name, last name, first name, last name? There was that.
Oh, yeah.
What do you call that?
We call it the mashup.
Yeah, that was hard for me. But then once I saw how everybody...
Or before and after, yeah.
Yeah, once I saw how people did it, it was really good. I was like, okay, like y'all had one that was like Anderson. No, it was Cameron.
Yeah, Kirk Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, Kirk
and then
Cameron
we had
Diaz.
Pamela Anderson Cooper. So the question would be, she starred in Baywatch, and he's Gloria Vanderbilt's son. So Pamela Anderson Cooper is the answer.
It took me, that one honestly took me, like once I saw how it worked, then I got it.
Mm-hmm.
But even then,
we
I was
try to
like,
give examples on difficult ones like that.
and y'all did. It's just my brain is like so far behind that there's nothing you could do to like help me figure some stuff out. But come out there tonight again.
Yes, we start at 6:00, and we'd love to see you.
And get there at 5:30, friends, because it does get packed.
It does get pretty packed in there.
But it's a lot of fun. I saw a lot of young people there too, and people of all ages. And y'all got some really talented groups in there. I'm going to be honest.
We do have a group of, I believe they're seniors in high school, and they're there every week. They love it.
Yeah, and it's a challenge. I'm going to be honest. Don't come in there acting like, oh, I'm the trivia king. I'm going to walk out. No, you're not, because there's some really good, talented people in there. So come on by. Let's head over, Karen, to our Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line, as we have a winner today. I'm going to flip this. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but we'll see here. This person's won before. Hopefully she'll answer. If she doesn't answer, she doesn't win, Karen.
Hello, Huntsville.
Oh, goodness, we were hoping. Carolyn Gibson is our winner today, the grandmother of Huntsville. How you doing? How you doing, Grandma? Can we call you Grandma? Is that okay?
That's okay, any day.
Because I don't, I lost my grandmother in 2021, and you remind me so much of her, and we love you, Carolyn. It's always so good to hear from you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Carolyn Gibson, the winner today. I'm going to be selfish for a moment. I was hoping that you wouldn't answer, because Karen Denman and I made the decision that we were going to go to Double Dave's instead. But you won, so we're not going, okay?
Okay, I'll take it.
How are you doing? What have you been up to, Miss Gibson?
Well, I've been home recovering from pneumonia for 2 weeks.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
oh, my goodness.
Right. But I'm doing better every day, going back to the doctor today for a checkup.
Was there anything that we can do to help you out?
No, I'm good. I'm
All right.
good.
Well, we're going to definitely keep you in our prayers for sure. I did not know that you were battling that, so we'll
right.
But we appreciate you. You're always engaged with the show and joining us. We had a lot of folks text in this morning, and the randomizer selected you. And so we'll figure out a way to get that $20 gift card over to you. But we've got it on the desk here. It's $20 to Double Dave's Pizza. How about that?
Wow. Oh, I love it. Thank you.
You bet. Well, Karen Denman is here.
Right.
Do you know Carolyn?
I don't think so. But only.
Well, she's here with us, and Karen is at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and she has something to ask you. We always ask our guests this question.
I think I already know the answer, but tell us today what you're thankful for.
Oh, I'm thankful for my Savior, who walks every step with me.
Amen. I love that, Carolyn. Well, hey,
so glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, very glad that you're on the road to recovery. So, well, hey, we'll get this to you, Carolyn. We love you, and you are the grandmother of Huntsville. That's your coin here for this community.
I got it.
All righty. Well, have a blessed day. We love you, Carolyn.
I will. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Yeah, we have names, for everybody in the community, and we've went over all those. And Carolyn, one day, we just said, she kind of has that grandmother feel to her. And she goes, well, I'm the grandmother. We'll call you the grandmother of Huntsville. And she took that on, so she is.
Good.
So, well, friends, a fun one here today. We so appreciate you being with us. We'll be back at it tomorrow with Jason and Denise Thompson of Guardian Defense as we'll get started, continuing to celebrate great things happening in our community. And we've got shows lined up all week, obviously, so it's going to be a full-slated week. The good news, Karen, the weather is going to be beautiful this week, but rain will return to the forecast on Friday. But throughout the week, We're going to have highs in the mid to upper 60s. How about that?
That would be awesome.
Almost pool weather, huh?
Yes, almost.
So we're getting close again. Well, friends, that'll wrap it up here on a Tuesday. Thanks for being a part of this show as always. We want to lift you up and encourage you today. Maybe you're going through a situation. I always say this, that you may be involved in something. Don't be a victim of the circumstance. Sometimes you just can't avoid what you're in the middle of. But what you can do is say, you know what? I know I'm in the middle of this. I know it's a tough season, but I also know that the best is yet to come. And it's that attitude of gratitude. And truly, friends, it's the faith that's going to pull you through that. So just remain in that, even when you don't feel it. Some days are so tough when you wake up and you never know, how am I ever going to get out of this situation, or how am I ever going to get over this? The way that you get over it is you surround yourself with people who are going to lift you up and encourage you. Don't be around people that pull you down, and be around folks that just don't want the best for you. You need to focus on being there for other people and just believing in the best. And that's why I love doing this show. That's why I love being here with Karen and so many others is, you know what? We come in here on a Monday, and there's things that we talk about that you guys will never hear, not in a bad way, but just things that we're battling in life, and that's what friends do. But we're here to lift each other up on this show, just as we're here to lift you up as the audience. So we love you all. We appreciate you. Continue to get out there and make a difference, and remember how truly blessed we are to be here in Huntsville, Texas. It is a very, very great place to be. I'll wrap it up like this, as I do every broadcast, reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other, friends. Don't forget to provide a word of encouragement, to lend a hand of support. Somebody out there today needs you. Karen, thanks for being here. Been a fun one today.
Yes.
All right, Huntsville.
See you next week.
Good morning. God bless. We'll see you later.